morning, students. Now we are on the SART muscles present in the soles. These are the introcei, both palmar and dorsal. Then I will also deal with the lumbricals and also adductor hallucis muscle. So one by one we will take these muscles. Let us come to the first muscle, and that is the lumbricals. Okay, and about these lumbricals or any other muscles, okay, today in this video we will learn first about the origin of the muscle, then we will come to the insertion of the muscle, then nerve supply, and lastly we will learn about the action of this muscle. So the first muscle is the lumbricals. Okay, there are 4 lumbricals in the sole. Okay, and they are numbered from the medial to lateral side. Say the first lumbrical, second, third, and the fourth lumbricals muscle are here. Okay, so for these 4 lumbricals, we take origin from the tendon of the, from the tendon of the flexor digitorum longus. Okay, so I will first draw you the tendon of the flexor digitorum longus, and as it goes inside the sole, almost in the midsole, it divides into 4 slips. Okay, for the lateral 4 toes, that is for second toe, this slip is going and it will get inserted onto the terminal phalanx. Similarly for third toe, then this will go for the 4th toe, and this is going for the 5th toe. Okay, so this is the tendons of the flexor digitorum longus. Okay, flexor digitorum longus, tendon of the flexor digitorum longus. Right, now this lumbricals muscle, as in the palm also, okay, which were taking origin from the flexor digitorum profundus, here in the sole they are taking origin from flexor digitorum longus. Now this the first lumbrical muscle origin, okay, this arises, okay, from the medial side of the first tendon going to that of the second toe. Okay, it is going to the second toe, and this arises from its medial side. So this is the first lumbrical muscles, okay, taking origin from the medial side of the first tendon of the flexor digitorum longus. Okay, then soon it will form its cylindrical tendon. Okay, and this tendon will then cross the metatarsophalangeal joint, the metatarsophalangeal joint, and then after this tendon will go and get inserted into the medial side of the base of the proximal phalanx. Medial side onto the base. See this is the medial side. Okay, right here this is the medial of the sole, because the great toe is here and this is the lateral side. So it will go and get inserted onto the base of the proximal phalanx of the second toe. Okay, of the second toe on its base. Okay, second insertion. So first is onto the base of proximal phalanx. Okay, and origin is from that of the medial side of the first tendon. Okay, or the tendon going to that of the second toe. Now the second insertion of this muscle is onto the dorsal digital expansion. Dorsal digital expansion. Just I have drawn a diagram of the dorsal digital expansion to refresh your memory. This is the tendon of the flexor digitorum longus, and as it crosses the proximal joint, that is the metatarsophalangeal joint, here it expands. Okay, that's why it is called as dorsal digital expansion. Okay, and as it expands, then it crosses this joint and lies onto the plantar aspect, onto the dorsal aspect of the foot. Okay, so we are talking about dorsal aspect, and then this is the second phalanx, and this is the terminal phalanx, or the third phalanx are here, and then this expanded portion on at its angles here, or the base of this triangular expansion, this will get attachment of the introsiosi on both the side, okay, and the lumbricals, okay, and so on medial side it will get attachment of to the expansion, I mean say introsiosi, okay, that is the dorsal introsiosi, and the first lumbrical is here, for example, okay, and then on this side this will be and on the lateral side this is also the introsiosi, okay, this is also the introsiosi. If suppose we are dealing with the second toe, then these both are dorsal introsiosi, and this is the first lumbrical, this is the first lumbrical, right? Then this digital expansion splits into three slips. The middle slip will go and get attached onto the dorsum of the middle phalanx, while these two lateral slips, they will join after going forward and crossing the terminal interphalangeal joint, and then it will get attachment onto the dorsal aspect of the base of the terminal phalanx. So this is the extensor expansion, and this we will use for that of the palmar introsus and for the dorsal introsus muscles, okay. So you have just learn about how the dorsal digital expansion is formed. So what I was saying, in insertion of the first lumbrical, it will get inserted onto the base of the proximal phalanx of the second toe on the medial side, and the slip will also go to the dorsal digital expansion. See, for here it is the first dorsal introsus, then it is the first lumbricals which will come and insert onto the dorsal digital expansion, and this slip is going on to the dorsal aspect, okay, while the muscle is present onto the plantar aspect, in the sole it is present. Then we come to let us come to the second lumbricals, okay. This is the second lumbrical. The first was unipinnate. Fibers were taking origin from the medial side of the tendon. But here this is bipinnate muscle. That means second, third and fourth. All three lumbricals are bipinnate, and their fibers, they take origin from the adjacent side. Let me little zoom it so that you can see it clearly, okay. So, and the fibers, they will take origin from the adjacent side of the first tendon and the second tendon, that means tendon going to the second and the third toe, and then this tendon will in the similar way will go to the lateral side, and then will come to gain attachment onto the medial aspect of the proximal phalanx of the middle toe, okay, and will send its expansion into the dorsal digital expansion, okay. The third introsiosi, which will take origin from second and the third tendon of the flexor digitorum longus, okay, flexor digitorum. Similarly, the fourth lumbricals will take origin from this, and then these tendons, they all will follow the same, will attach to the base of the proximal phalanx of the respective toe on its medial side, and also will send a slip to the dorsal digital expansion. So these are the four lumbrical. First is unipinnate, second, third and fourth are bipinnate, and insertion are seen in second, third and fourth and fifth toes. Let us now come to the nerve supply. The nerve supply is from the lateral plantar nerve for the second, third and fourth. For the second, third and fourth lumbrical, the first is supplied by the medial plantar nerve. So the first is by medial plantar nerve. Okay, that is the for first lumbrical, while the second to third, from second to third, they are supplied by lateral plantar. Only first is supplied by the medial plantar now. Let us come to the action of lumbricus. Though they are the short muscles, but they have definitely their action. Okay, all these lumbrical from first to fourth lumbrical, since they are attached onto the medial side of this proximal phalanx, okay, they are attached, okay, and then they are also attached onto the dorsal digital expansion. So it causes the flexion of at the plantar flexion here, or the flexion here at the metatarsophalangeal joint. So it is the flexion at metatarsophalangeal joint, right? All four toes, okay, lateral four toes, second to fourth. And then because of its insertion into the dorsal digital expansion, it causes the extension of interphalangeal joints, okay, extension of interphalangeal joints. So there are double action: flexion of the metatarsophalangeal joint, flexion of metatarsophalangeal joint, this joint, and at the same time the extension of the interphalangeal joint. Okay, now these muscles may also pull the second, third, fourth, and the fifth toes towards the great toe. And this action, though the axis is passing through the second, okay, this action is a very weak action, but it is called as adduction. So it is a weak adduction is also possible with that of the lumbrical. Otherwise, the main action is flexion at metacarpophalangeal and extension at the interphalangeal joint. Okay, this completes your 4 lumbricals muscle, and now we come to this still deeper muscle, and this second muscle here, second muscle is here, the plantar interossei, and there are 3 plantar interossei, only 3 in number, and they are given the number from medial to lateral side. For example, the plantar interossei, which is present in relation to the middle toe, is the first plantar interosseous, and then it is the fourth, and this is the fifth plantar interosseous, right? Now let us see the origin of this plantar interosseous. In this diagram, I have just with dotted line, stapled line, have just demonstrated the axis of movement of these toes in relation to the second toe. That means the axis of movement passes through the second toes in this foot. While it was in hand, it was going through the middle finger. Here, that is the difference which you should note here. That means the great toe, in case of adduction, will try to go towards the second, and the third, fourth, and fifth toes, they will go towards the second, okay, towards the second. So this will be the adduction movement in the toe. I am telling you in relation to that of the axis of the foot, okay. Now let us come to the first point on the plantar interossei. From where these interossei are taking origin? They are taking origin from the shaft of the second, third, and fourth metatarsal. Third, fourth, and fifth metatarsal. As you are seeing in this diagram, they are taking origin from the third, fourth, and fifth metatarsal, and then these tendons are going towards the medial side, crossing to the metatarsophalangeal joint from medial aspect. See this? Let me draw the tendon. This is the tendon of the first plantar interossei. Okay, this is the tendon of second plantar, and similarly the tendon, and all these 3 tendon of plantar interossei, they are getting attachment again onto the medial side of the proximal phalanx, okay, proximal phalanx of the third, fourth, and fifth toe. Proximal phalanx of third, fourth. Very easy, okay, very easy. So this is the origin. So origin is from where? It is from plantar aspect, that is frontal aspect of these bones, that is metatarsals, third, fourth, and fifth. Not from side, but from front. Okay, anterior, plantar aspect, from the plantar aspect of this metatarsal. Then tendon will insert onto the distal, proximal phalanx on its medial side. Let us come to the nerve supply. We have seen the origin, we have seen, and there are only three plantar introsei. Three plantar. That is another difference with that of the palmar introsei, where they were the four. Okay. Now the insertion. Now insertion we have already done it. Origin we have already covered it. Let us come to the nerve supply. Nerve supply for all the three plantar introsei is the lateral plantar nerve. It is the lateral plantar nerve. Okay, lateral plantar axon. Now this tendon which is going to attach onto the medial side of the proximal phalanx is also giving a slip to that of the dorsal digital expansion. See, this was dorsal digital expansion. So from the third, fourth, and fifth, okay, on medial side you will get the introosseous, okay, that is the plantar introosseous along with the lumbricals, okay, along with the lumbricals. While on to the lateral side will come the dorsal introosseous, dorsal introosseous muscles, okay. So its insertion is also at 2 points, okay. One is in the bone, another is into the dorsal expansion, okay, extensor expansion, dorsal extension, and to the base of the on medial aspect of the proximal phalanx. That so two insert just like lumbricals, okay, and lateral plantar nerve is now supply. So the axon will be, since it is crossing one joint, it is crossing one joint, this will also produce the flexion, okay, flexion at the metatarsophalangeal joint. And since the tendon is crossing, so let me write axon, it is the flexion at metatarsophalangeal joint, and since the tendon is crossing from medial side here to the metatarsophalangeal joint, what it will try to do, it will try to bring the third, fourth, and fifth toe towards the second toe, towards the second toe, and this axon is adductor. So it is adductors, okay. So the plantar introsei, they are the adductor muscle. Just see this diagram and the axon will be clear, because it will pull towards the axis, and axis is passing through the second toe, okay, second toe, which I have drawn by staple line, okay. Then through its axon, through its dorsal digital expansion, this will also flex at the metatarsophalangeal, which the tendon is also doing it, plus the expansion will also do the same thing, plus this will also extend the interphalangeal joints. Interphalangeal joints, there will be extension of the interphalangeal joint, because it is going right up to the terminal phalanx. This dorsal digital, which is on dorsal aspect of the foot, is going to get terminal attach onto the terminal phalanx, middle phalanx. So interphalangeal joint will get extended, though the metatarsophalangeal will get flex, okay, it will get flex. This completes the plantar introsei. Remember that there were 4 lumbricals, but there are only 3 plantar introsei acting on the third, fourth, and fifth toes. Okay, right. Let us come now to the dorsal introsei. Dorsal introsei. And dorsal introsei are 4 in numbers. They are 4 dorsal introsei are present here, right? And they are numbered from medial to lateral, okay, in between the great toe and the first toe. This will be the first dorsal introsseus, then second, between the second and the third toe, and say metatarsal, between the second and third metatarsals, and the third between the third and fourth metatarsal, and fourth between the fourth and the fifth metatarsal. So there are 4 dorsal introssei. And since there was one unipinnate plantar introssei, the first, it is not the case here. All the 4, they are bipinnate. That means they are taking origin from the adjacent side. Okay, they are taking origin from the adjacent side of the metatarsal. So the first dorsal introssei origin is from the shaft or the body of the first and the second metatarsal bones. And then this bipinnate muscle, naturally it is a strong muscle, and then this tendon is going and crossing medially to that of the metatarsophalangeal joint, with the metatarsal crossing medially from metatarsophalangeal joint. But if you will see to the second, dorsal introssei, again a bipinnate, taking origin from the shaft of the side of the second and the third metatarsal bones, and will form a ligament, the tendon is rounded small tendon which will cross the metatarsophalangeal joint of the second toe from the lateral side. So one of the dorsal introsseus is crossing medially and another is crossing laterally for that of the second toe. That means second toe has both both insertion are from that of the dorsal introssei, because the palmar introssei was third, fourth and fifth. That means there is no palmar introssei here for that of the second toe. Though there is a lumbrical here for that of the second toe, which will also insert on the medial side of the proximal phalanx here. We have seen already. That was the lumbricals. Let me show you that. This was the lumbrical, unipinnate lumbrical, getting insertion on the exactly on the same place where the dorsal introssei, first dorsal, is also getting from medial side, of the metatarsophalangeal joint. Then this will be the third. Let me draw the third dorsal introssei. From the adjacent side of the third and fourth metatarsal. Similarly, I will draw the fourth dorsal introssei from the adjacent side of the fourth and fifth metatarsal. And tendon of the second, third and fourth introssei, they will cross the metatarsophalangeal joint from the lateral side and will gain insertion onto the lateral aspect of the proximal phalanx, base of the proxy on its lateral aspect. So that is the difference between the first introsseus, second, third and fourth. They are different. They always cross the metatarsophalangeal joint from its lateral side, because this is the little toe or the fifth toe. So this is lateral, this is the great toe. So this is the medial side. It is the medial side. So this is how the bipinnate dorsal introssei, they will take origin from the adjacent side of the shaft of the metatarsal, and they are 4. First, second, third and fourth. First is from inserted to the second, third is also inserted to second but from lateral side. Third and fourth, both they are inserted onto the lateral side of the base of the proximal phalanx of respective finger. That I have covered in insertion, that is onto the base. But the second insertion, it is on the base of proximal phalanx. Okay, now this is brought to the dorsal digital extensor expansion. See, expansion, dorsal extensor or dorsal digital extensor expansion. Okay, so not extensor. Okay, dorsal digital expansion. Okay, this is called as dorsal digital expansion. Of course, it is in the tendon of the flexor digitorum longus. Okay, extensor digitorum longus. On the tendon of the extensor digitorum longus. Okay, now this is the two places it is going to the dorsal digital expansion as well as onto the base of the proximal phalanx. Nerve supply. So the nerve supply is same, lateral plantar nerve. All these muscles are supplied by the same nerve, lateral, which is a terminal branch of the tibial nerve. Okay, tibial nerve. Let us come to the action of the dorsal interossei. Now this dorsal interossei, since when they will contract, okay, they will, separate the fingers. That means which finger will be separated out from the axis of the axon, okay, where from the second toe where the axis is passing of the foot. This will pull the fourth, toe towards the lateral side, to the third toe towards the lateral side, and this will remain stationary when both the muscles are simultaneously contracting. But then you can slightly move for alternate movement if you do of the medial and lateral side. This toe can also move to the medial or lateral side. But most of these muscles, they will bring the toes close to each other. Okay, they will bring the toes. So they are called as abductors. Not close means separate. Okay, they will separate the toes from second toe away here. So they are called as abductors because they will separate out. Okay, similar to that of the hand where the axis was passing through the middle finger, and this is what this movement is, the abduction movement, and this is adduction. Same is there in the foot, but here the axis is passing through the second toe, so it is abductor. And then this is also causing the flexion of the metatarsophalangeal joints, 3 phalangeal joints. Okay, say for second toe, third toe, and fourth toe, it will cause their flexion of these 3 toes. It is flexion at the metatarsophalangeal joint, but extension at the interphalangeal joint. So it is flexion and extension, flexion of metatarsophalangeal joint, and extension of interphalangeal joint. Extension of interphalangeal joint will take place. So this is about the dorsal interossei. Okay, now the last muscle I will go, okay, which is the deeper muscle. Okay, the muscle which causes the adduction of the great toe, and that's why it is called as the adductor hallucis. Now see, this is the fourth muscle of the sole which we want to learn. It is the adductor. There is a separate short note, okay, on adductor hallucis. These muscles, dorsal and plantar or lumbrical, may be a separate short note. Okay, I have just covered in one lecture, but the short notes are separate for each of these. Okay, each of these. So don't try to that all the 4 will be asked in one question. Okay, all in one. Mostly it is short note. Okay, for individual muscle. Right, let us see, this is an adductor of the great toe. So it is called as adductor hallucis, and it has 2 heads. Okay, the origin of this muscle is because it has 2 heads, an oblique head and a transverse head. An oblique head and trans. Now the oblique head takes origin from the basis, okay, of the second, third and fourth metatarsals, basis of the second, and the fascia which is covering to the peroneus longus tendon, covered under fascia, and from that fascia, okay, so from fascia as well as from the bases of the second, third, and the fourth metatarsals, base of the second, third, and the fourth meta, and then the muscle fibers, they run obliquely towards the toe, okay, great toe. So this is a oblique muscle, hence called as oblique head, broad muscle, of course, and then this is joined by the transverse head, and transverse head, they take origin from three different heads, from the ligament which is the plantar ligament for the metatarsophalangeal joint of the fifth toe, then this ligament of the metatarsophalangeal joint plantar of the fourth, and that of the third toe, that of the third. So here fifth is also involved, here third, second, third, and fourth were involved for oblique. Here it is the third, fourth, and fifth toes, skeleton or the bones are involved, and ultimately these two heads, they will form a strong tendon and will unite to form a single tendon, and this will insert onto the base of the proximal phalanx of the great toe, and that's too on its lateral side. So this is the medial side because the great toe is present here, and this is the lateral side because it is the little toe or the fifth metatarsal is here. So this tendon will go and get attached onto the lateral aspect of the proximal phalanx, okay, of the great toe, So you can very well imagine, okay, to say its action, okay, if this muscle will contract, okay, this will produce the adduction of the great toe. Why? Because then the great toe will move towards the axis that is passing through the second. So this axis, it will come close to the second. That's why it is called as adductor hallucis, okay, adductor hallucis. Now the nerve supply is the same, plantar nerve, that is the lateral plantar nerve. Okay, now as I had partly told you the adduction action, but other action is also here for adductor hallucis. Since it is connecting many of the bones, that is phalanges and that of the base of tarsals, and mostly it is transversely connecting. So I'm sorry. So this is the main muscle, okay? The important muscle, not main muscle, but important muscle in maintaining the transverse arch of foot, okay? Transverse arch of foot. And this oblique head, okay, which is coming from base of the metatarsal towards the phalanx here, this is running slightly longitudinally, so it can also maintain the long, but important is the transverse arch, okay, because this transverse heads, three heads transverse, they are running, okay, towards the medial, from lateral to medial, from fifth metatarsal, they are going towards the thumb, towards the great toe. So this is transverse, and their contraction will increase the, transverse arch of foot. Okay, so they are also important in maintaining the transverse arch of foot. Okay, this completes your short notes on 5 different muscles which are seen on the sole. Small muscle, adductor hallucis is a very frequently asked question, okay, separately. Then introsei, it may be dorsal or palmar, usually asked, and lumbricals, okay, and all of them are supplied by the lateral plantar nerve. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video.